What is going on, guys? Snickel here, and today I have another trophy talk for you, weekly trophy talk. This is going to be for the week of July 28th, 2024, and yes, I am doing these weekly. No, I do want to apologize. I feel like I start every video like this, but like I definitely want to apologize for not putting these out weekly. I definitely want to get into that, but just summer can be a little bit hard with scheduling and everything else going on. So I do want to apologize for that. I have been making extremely great progress in games. I just haven't been able to share it with you guys, and I do apologize because I love sharing my progress with you guys. And with that being said, let me know what progress you guys have been making down in the comments below. If you guys have gotten any platinums, planning on getting any platinums or anything like that. I love reading everybody's progress that they're making throughout all of the games that they're playing. Are you looking forward to any games coming up or anything like that? I would really like to hear from everybody. And also down in the description below, you'll find links to all types of other stuff. You'll find my Trophy Hunters Gaming, which is where I'm making all my trophy and collectible guides now, along with a link to Twitch where I'm streaming all my platinum trophies and various other things, and a few other links. So if you want to go follow me or do any of that stuff or subscribe to Trophy Hunters Gaming, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'm trying to put stuff out there and do things over there as well. But anyway, with all of that being said, let's get into what I have been playing, because it has been a quite busy last 2 weeks. Or 2 weeks. Wow, I wish it was 2 weeks, 2 months. Like I said, I have been making extremely good progress in games. I've been playing through things and I've been having a lot of fun. So anyway, with all of that being said, let's get into it. It's gonna go all the way down here. So last video that we had was back in, I don't even know when, but the last platinum that I had gotten was tanks, but no tanks. With that being said, we get into the first game that I finished, which is Madden 21 on the PlayStation 4. Now, I don't know what trophy, I don't remember what trophy I had last here, but I did get this platinum, really enjoyed it, and yeah, this gets done at Madden 21 for me. There's another Madden 21, the PS4 stack a little farther out that we'll talk about. Nothing too crazy about this platinum. I mean, it's the same as every other Madden. I think Madden 21 is actually the most recent one that's still obtainable, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, because Madden 20 did go down. So if you guys are wanting to get on the Madden games, you know, they're there. They're fun. They are what they are. But this trophy list, if you've done previous Madden games, is the same as those. So nothing too difficult there. Then getting into our next game, we have Assassin's Creed Mirage. I finally got this platinum. Took me a little bit longer than I was wanting it to take me, and from what I heard. But with that being said, I put out full collectible guides and everything, and overall, I really did enjoy this game. It's funny, as I had finished this game, I had been seeing a lot of like Assassin's Creed videos that had been getting suggested to me on YouTube. So I was reading through some of them and people were just like, Assassin's Creed Mirage is trash, blah, 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 blah. I think it's okay for what it is. We have to remember that this game did not release as a full-fledged Assassin's Creed game. It was not even fully priced, so we couldn't really expect that much from it. And really, I think it was supposed to be a DLC to Valhalla. Now, with all of that being said, there's a few complaints that I have, not necessarily with Assassin's Creed Mirage. Overall, before I get into that, for the trophy list, really nothing too difficult. I have a full I have a full trophy guide on Trophy Hunters Gaming for any trophies that you could be having issues with. But overall, a lot of this stuff is very easy. You'll get it through natural progression. And if you don't get it through natural progression, there's a few things that you'll have to grind out with skills. But overall, really nothing too difficult at all. Now, getting into Assassin's Creed, there's one thing that I really want to, well, there's two things I want to hit on that kind of are one of the same. So there is a new Assassin's Creed game coming out, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I am excited to play it. One of the things that is frustrating me a lot, and they're kind of tied together with everything that's been going on, is I'm getting a little annoyed with what's going on with this whole Assassin's Creed thing when it comes to people wanting like historical accuracy. We have these games coming out, and I think what people forget about is games are supposed to be games. They're supposed to be fun. If you make a game realistic, it can make it fun to an extent, but at the end of the day, a game is a game. Therefore, it should be fun. If it's not fun, then people aren't going to play it. And with that being said, when a game is very realistic and you don't add little twists and turns and things like that, then a game can get boring. Therefore, like a history game, you know, if you know what's going to happen in history, there's no point of playing the game, because guess what? You already know the outcome of the game. And where I'm kind of going with this is there was a lot of backlash from Assassin's Creed Shadows just with like, this is not historically accurate, blah, 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 blah. And like Ubisoft trying to kind of explain themselves for it and be like, well, we're really sorry. And it's like, I don't know why we're doing any of that, because none of these Assassin's Creed games have ever been about realistic history. And there's messages that pop up when these games start that say that it's not historically accurate. And again, if you know what the outcome of history is, then what's the point of playing through the game? You want that twist of playing the game to figure out what happens. And that goes back all the way to older Assassin's Creed games. I mean, like Assassin's Creed 2, like basically the Ezio trilogy is a perfect example of that. You think any of that shit happened in real life? Let's be completely honest. Look at the stuff that happened with Odyssey and Origins. You think any of that should happen in real life? Like, no. Like, let's get off this whole, like, it's got to be realistic. It's got to be historically accurate. Blah, blah, blah. It doesn't need to. It's a game. They could do what they want to do. It is what it is. Let's move on and stop getting so offended by, like, every little thing that is happening, because it's starting to really just ruin games as a whole. Like, people are just overly critical about things that don't matter. Is a game fun? That's all that matters. I don't give a fuck if it's got good graphics. I don't give a fuck if it's got good mechanics. Is the game fun? It could have the worst mechanics in the world, but if it has the best story, it's a fun game to play and it keeps you coming back, then that's all that matters. It could look like a PS2 game, but if it's fun to play, it has good combat, whatever, like if it has things that interest you and it's good, then it's a good game to you. And guess what? Not every game that's good to one person is good to another person. But anyway, I digress. Let's get off that. That was one thing that annoyed me. But getting to Assassin's Creed as a general franchise, I'm getting a little annoyed that we're, pushing away from the whole modern day story stuff. It's very frustrating. Assassin's Creed Mirage had zero modern day story. And I always loved that aspect of the older Assassin's Creed games. There was always that, that tie to modern day. And as the RPG style games started to come out, they started to pull it a little bit and a little bit and a little bit more away. And then Mirage has absolutely none of it. So, and again, Mirage was meant to be a DLC. I'm not going to be overly critical on the game. For what it is a lot of fun. But just from a storytelling perspective and everything like that, I miss the modern day stuff. Like that was the part of the game that really hooked me. And like when I remember playing Assassin's Creed 2 and stuff and Brotherhood and Revelations and 3, like the way that those games ended when it came to the modern day story really made you like sit on the edge of your seat and actually wait for the next game to be like, what's going to happen next? Holy shit. Like that was great. Like that stuff is not happening anymore. Part of that is storytelling, but like that's a part of Assassin's Creed that's really, annoying me recently when it comes to their storytelling. Now, it wouldn't be a Snickel video if I didn't rant about Assassin's Creed and go on for who knows how long. But anyway, back to Assassin's Creed Mirage. Really enjoyed the game. I am going to do the stack on the PS4 at some point. I've been saying it for a while, but sometime soon, very soon, I plan on getting through every single stack of Assassin's Creed. There's really one thing that's kind of annoying me with it, but I do plan on getting through every single stack of Assassin's Creed to have every single one of these games done. All right, moving on to the next game, we have MLB The Show 21, a game that, again, I wasn't really planning on playing because when it came to sports games, I was just going to do the PS5 version of them, but I guess I'm going to do the PS4 and PS5 version. I already did this on PS4, really enjoyed playing back through on the PS5. Wait, did I say that right? I enjoyed playing it on the PS5 the first time, but I enjoyed playing it back through on the PS4 right now. That's what I meant. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Just had to play through the single player, which one thing I will say for the single player as a whole, which I'm trying to find the name of it. I always forget what it's called. Freak. The Road to the Show. In Road to the Show, right? So it says you have to get drafted and everything, and then you have to move up to the MLB level. MLB level is based off of your overall for your character. So if you can get equipment that's good out of packs and stuff, that's really going to help you to get up to the MLB and then fast track that trophy. The other trophy that I was playing that I really wasn't trying to grind or get through, it's a lot of fun to actually play through, is just doing the World Series champs, which is to win a World Series in the March to October, which is basically like fast tracking playing through the a season with your favorite team and then, trying to get certain trades or whatever to get other players. But overall, really fun game. I really enjoyed playing through it. And as I get through or into the newer show games, I know they get easier and easier as the time goes on. So I'm enjoying that. I'm really enjoying that. But we did get that platinum. Then up next, we have Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. I think I was talking about this in the last video as a game that I wanted to play. I didn't really know too much about this trophy list before I went into the game, but I have to say I was pleasantly surprised with going back and playing this game, and overall I was pleasantly surprised with the process of getting the Platinum Trophy. So this is the Classic Collection, so it does come with Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. When it comes to a trophy perspective, there are only a few trophies that are related to Battlefront 1. That being this Execute Order 66 coming around Rogue Leader, and then you need to complete the Clone Wars campaign and the Galactic Civil War campaign in Battlefront 1. That's all you have to do in Battlefront 1. Basically, play through the campaign, get those 2 random trophies, boom, done. Then all of these other trophies are tied to Battlefront 2. And for Battlefront 2, you need to complete the campaign. That's going to give you 1 trophy. And then as you're playing through the campaign, you're going to get ranks. You're going to get all of these medals and everything. And as you're playing through, you can try to focus on them. But at the end of the day, they're not too difficult to grind if it comes down to it. I did make a full trophy guide and guide on how to grind all of these medals. So if you're having issues with any of that stuff, be sure to check that out. But overall, pleasantly surprised with this game. Didn't take too long. It was fun to go back to for a little bit. I'll probably go back and get the PS4 stack of this at some point, but it's not something that I'm prioritizing at the moment. All right, then up next we have just a little game that I played. Got this from Treefall Studios and Eli. This is 1-2 word search. Played it on stream, got it done pretty quickly once I got my 250th platinum. So not too much to say about it. Fun little game if you guys are looking for something to play that's, you want some downtime or whatever. Would definitely suggest to go and play this. Take you about 20-30 minutes to get this platinum, if that. And I had a lot of fun playing it the whole time. Get that out of here. I don't know what the hell that just was. Then up next, we have Expeditions, a MudRunner game. Again, this is another game that I was really looking forward to playing. I've really enjoyed playing it recently, but I haven't played it for a while. But I will have to say, if I was to rate all of the MudRunner games, that being MudRunner, Spin Tires, or is it MudRunner? Spin Tires? Yeah, Spin Tires. I think that's, I don't know the actual name. MudRunner, a Spin Tires game. I think that's what it is. Snow Runner, and then Expeditions. If I was to rank those 3 games, Expeditions would probably be at the bottom. And the main reason I say that is because this game can actually be very difficult because there's no pathing for anything. You have to figure out how to get around the map and how to do stuff, and you kind of have to build your car to or truck to do that. And you need to complete various tasks in order to complete it. And certain trucks are only allow certain equipment and stuff like that. So you do have to do a little bit of thinking, and there isn't really paths that you're going to take. If you've played MudRunner or SnowRunner, you know that those games have paths that you can take. There's trails and stuff like that, and you really can't veer off of those trails because there's trees or there's obstacles or there's stuff like that. You really have to stay focused to these trails. This game doesn't really have it. It's really about using your drone, using the map, trying to figure out ways to go around stuff and everything. And it is a very, very long game. It has a lot of expeditions that needs to be done. You have to do expeditions in multiple regions. Let me see if I can find it. So you have to do expeditions in Little Colorado, which isn't too hard. There's about maybe a dozen in there, if that. Then you have to do Arizona, Carpathians. I think those are the only 2, I guess. But there's a lot within Arizona. There's multiple maps, and same thing with Carpathians. There's multiple maps. So you do need to focus on that. I do have some trophy guides out for this for earning money and buying trucks. So if you are struggling with those, definitely go and look at that. But overall, it's an okay game. I haven't played it for probably about a month or so. I've put it down, but I do want to get back into it, and I probably will play it on stream a little bit. But like I said, it's definitely a difficult game. It's the type of game where you do an expedition, and you could be doing an expedition for 40 minutes to an hour, and then you could have one little thing happen, you're driving and then you hit a rock, and that rock ends up flipping you, and then you don't have any anchors or winches or anything, and your truck turns off, and then you basically have to restart the entire mission. So you basically just throw through 40 minutes to an hour down the drain. It's stuff like that. So very, very annoying, but also, pretty satisfying game. I'm not going to say I hate it or anything, but I will get through it and get it done. But again, not my favorite from the MudRunner games. Just making sure that my webcam didn't freeze, because, it used to do that in the past. Then up next, we have Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, I don't remember where I stood with this in the last trophy talk, per se, but I did finish up the Criminal Masterminds trophy. We got that done, and then I started to work through the last two trophies that I had in the game, which was to 100% the game, and then earn 70 gold medals in missions or strangers and freaks. So I did both of those, had a lot of fun, finally got this done. This gets me done Grand Theft Auto 5 on the PS3 and PS4 100%. I'm going to look into doing the PS5 version. I know that there's a way to transfer characters and everything, and I'm usually not a big fan of it, but if it's like the only option or whatever, like it's going to be what it's going to be, and then we'll see what happens with the trophies. But yeah, I've got both of those done. That makes me happy, and that's a big boy 100% that I have finally gotten done. That's been sitting there for almost 9.5 years. Then up next, we have the game that I've actually been playing the most recently, but I haven't earned a trophy in a while, that being Need for Speed Rivals on the PlayStation 3. So with everything that's been going on recently with the PlayStation 3, this is a game that I did the multiplayer for back in 2023. I originally did it on the PS4, and then I was like, well, I want to do the PS3, so I need to probably do that. So I did it on the PS3. And recently I've been working through the single player. So right now I'm working through the racer career, and then I'll work through the cop career, and then we'll kind of see what happens. But I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of this game. So I've only done the racer career, so that's all I can speak on right now, but I'm just not like, I'm just not happy with the way that it is. Like, you know, I get the whole like premise of it where it's like all the cops are coming after you the whole time, and you know, you're rivals with them and everything, but it's like you can't even, like, even if you wanted to, you can't even just like drive around the map and enjoy the map, right? Because you could get bombarded by police any minute. So it's like really annoying. And then the other thing is, like, once you get into police chases, you know, you'll have no cops around you, but then you won't be escaping, or like you're escaping and you're driving down the road, and then randomly out of nowhere, like the cops will be on you again, but there's no cops around you. So it's like, what is even happening? Like, I don't even know what is happening right now. So it is what it is. I'm going to play through, you know, I'm not going to not do it, but it's just something where it's like, it's not that I'm not enjoying it. I definitely am enjoying it because it's a racing game and Need for Speed, but it's like, it's probably on the lower tier of how I feel about Need for Speed games. And then getting into Need for Speed as a whole. So this is the last PS3 Need for Speed I need to do. And then I do want to do Need for Speed Most Wanted on the Vita. I did do the multiplayer for it, but I just need to play through the single player. That will get done all the Need for Speeds on like last gen consoles, being PS3 and I know Vita's last gen technically. And then from there, I can start working through the PS4 versions with the Need for Speed Reboot, Payback, Heat, Hot Pursuit Remastered, NA and EU, and then eventually Unbound. So I'll definitely be working through this, but for the time being, Rivals is the last like PS3 Need for Speed game, so I definitely want to get that done. I don't know when I plan on getting that platinum, but you know, it is what it is. Then up next, we have Anthem. I don't know if I talked about this in the last trophy talk, but I actually legitimately started taking this game seriously, probably around that trophy talk. Again, I can't necessarily remember when it looks like I started back up around the beginning of June. So I started this game back in September of 2022, so almost 2 years ago. It was the same time I started Knack, and I put it down for a while, and then I was like, well, this was the games as a service game that I was playing, so I should probably get back to it because I wanted to get to other games like Sea of Thieves and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, let's do this. So I legitimately put a decent amount of time into this game over the past few months, and I actually enjoyed it. Playing through the single player, the missions were fun. Once you kind of, you know, learn how the weapons and stuff work, that was fun. And then for the challenges as a whole, they're not too difficult. You just need to pay attention to them as you're playing through. So you need to make sure that like you're keeping assault rifles and machine guns and stuff that you need for the challenges. And all the challenges require you to do for the weapons is just get 50 kills with each of those guns. That's the first challenge. When it comes to gear, that's a little bit different. You need to complete, I think, 4 missions with a certain piece of gear on, all the gear for each character. So again, another thing, as you're playing through, make sure that you're keeping those variety of gear so that you're not having to like farm a mission out or something to get lucky to get the gear drop. Because the gear drop and the weapons are definitely one of the things where it's like they're random. You have to just keep playing missions at the end of the day or getting drops and just hoping that you eventually get that weapon or that piece of gear in order to get that last challenge done. So that was a little bit annoying, but I didn't really have too many issues with it. Like I wasn't like pissed at the game or anything. I was getting stuff pretty frequently. And then the other thing you have to do is you just have to do a lot of exploration of areas. There's some things that you have to do, and then there's some loyalty stuff at the bottom. Overall, I had a lot of fun with the game. I don't know why this game gets as much hate as it does. I mean, I guess you can say the missions are kind of redundant. It's fly here, defend this, fly here, kill this. I mean, it's really any game, especially games as a service, so it's not like it's anything crazy or anything like new. But from when it comes down to like breakdown of the javelins and stuff like that, it was decently fun. And one thing I really can appreciate the game on is just how it tracks absolutely everything when it comes to collectibles and challenges and just getting through the game and getting the platinum and doing the Bastion collectible challenges and everything. It tracks everything so great. So that's one thing that I really can praise it for. You'll never know what you need to do because it'll be right there in the menus and with a countdown or telling you exactly what weapon or gear or whatever you need. So very, very, very nice with the tracking. But if you guys haven't played this game, I would definitely give it a try. I wouldn't say don't play this game. It can again be a little bit of a grind, and a little bit of a challenge if you consider that a grind. But it's nothing that's like not manageable. Anybody can do it, and you can do it 100% on your own. You need no friends or anything. So, I would advise people to play it. I don't know why the game got as much hate as it did, but that's just me. All right. Hold on. Now moving up next, we have Madden 21 on the PS4. Another game that, again, I did the multiplayer for this a while back. This is actually the game that screwed me on just doing PS5 versions of sports games. But I was able to get through and get everything done very, very quickly. You can see I got all these random trophies on like May 17th, May 15th. And then I played through and did all this random stuff like May 16th and May 16th and May 17th. So basically I was able to do everything within the span of May 15th. I got one trophy on May 15th on accident, probably. So within the span of 2 days, I was literally able to get everything done. And then I waited until July to get that last GOAT trophy. So very, very manageable trophy list. And if you know exactly what you're doing, you could get this game done in like 2 days. It's very easy. Then up next, we have a game that I don't even know how to pronounce. Jimbaori. We'll go with that. Jimbaori, the Onin War. This was a fantastic game. Fantastic game that I got from the great guy, Gilson B. Pontes. He used to release a game every single year. He hasn't been doing it yearly recently, but I do still get his games, and I can appreciate them because these are the type of games that really make me appreciate games just because of how bad they are. But yeah, I'm playing through. It is what it is. I did a little bit on stream. I got a little bit annoyed because the thing is usually with his games, there's some way to beat them, right? There's either a block button or there's something that you can do in order to beat them. This one doesn't have any of that. So like in other ones, you can hold down L1 and just attack repeatedly and you don't take any damage. There's other ways in other games that he has of methods of like you get the enemy's attention and you get into combat and then you run away, and then when you run away and they de-aggro, they kind of, when you go back into combat with them, then they can't attack. It's like they freeze. So there's no methods like that you can use for this game. And the other thing that's extremely annoying is it's a one-hit kill for you, but when you're killing one of the generals or whatever, they're not one-hit kills. They're like 5 hits. So that can be very annoying as well. So I think at the end of the day, it just comes down to luck. If anybody's played the game and there's any sort of like strategy that you can give, I would appreciate it, because there's literally no info online at all about anything about how to play this game. There's people playing it, but like they're not doing anything. And to be fair, there isn't much to do in the game anyway. But yeah, I do need to get back to this at some point and definitely get this platinum to move on, because it's just one of those games where it's like I played it for shits and giggles, but now the shits and giggles is going on for a little bit too long and I just need to get it done. But it is what it is. We'll get through it. I might play a little bit off stream just to see if I can kind of get used to it and then do it back on stream, but we'll see. We'll see. And then last up, we have Knack. This is after I had finished on stream a while back, after I had finished Anthem and Madden and started playing Jimbaori, Jimbaori, I don't know how it's pronounced. I really don't care. No, whatever. I was like, and people were requesting like, oh, get back to Knack, like finish Knack up, because if you guys know, I played through the entirety of Knack. I did everything in Knack. I did all the collectibles. I did everything. The only thing I had to do in this game to get this platinum was beat the game on hard difficulty and very hard difficulty. And I think I was in like in chapter like 4 or 5 on hard difficulty already. So I started playing back through. We finished up hard difficulty about a week or so ago, and then I started playing through on very hard difficulty. The clips for that are, you can find them down on my my Twitch clips channel, Snickel TV. But I started playing through on very hard. We got over halfway through the game on very hard, or about halfway through on very hard. So I think next time I stream this game, we should be able to get this platinum, which will be great. And with that being said, I probably will go right into Knack 2. And I'm going to actually explain that right now. So that's everything that I've been playing over like the past 2 months. It's been a lot, but I'm very happy with the progress, and we've got a lot more progress that we're going to be making in the future. So when it comes down to games, sorry, just checking to make sure I didn't freeze again. When it comes down to games that I want to play upcoming, like I said, when I get done Knack, I'm debating just going right into Knack 2. Now, the reason behind that is I like to usually get done franchises, and when you have a game like, or a franchise like this where it's just 2 games and I've already done one of them, might as well just knock the other game out, especially when the platinum is so much easier. So that's one of the reasons why I might go right into Knack 2. And that's not just Knack, that's like a lot of franchises in general. There's other franchises where like I've done everything except like 1 or 2 games, so why not just do those 1 or 2 games and get it done? I've got franchises like Infamous where it's like all I need to do is Second Son and First Light, both very easy platinums, and I'll be done the franchise. Gran Turismo, all I need to do is Gran Turismo 7. So it's things like that where it's like, maybe I should just do it just to get it done and move on. So we'll see where it goes moving forward. I don't have any of those set in stone, but the games that I know in my mind that I will be playing upcoming. So I'm going to be playing Need for Speed Rivals. Like I said, that's going to be like my single player game that I'm trying to play through. And then from a streaming perspective, I do want to finish a Knack and then try to get Jimbaori, the Onin War, completed as well. Now, because I got Anthem done, which was my games as a service game that I was playing, I was discussing with Brian, who had also finished the platinum, what are we going to play next? I had something in mind. He had something in mind. What we settled on was Fallout 76. Yeah. Fallout 76. That will be the next games as a service. So you will see that on the list shortly. We will be starting that soon. But from what I understand, it's really not that bad. And again, people are always complaining as games as a service. People complain about Anthem. People complain about everything, Destiny, whatever. So it is what it is. But we do have a list of games as a service that we're going to play. So we have like Fallout 76 is on that list. We're going to be doing Monster Hunter World at some point. And then eventually we're going to be getting into like Sea of Thieves and a variety of other games. So I definitely will be streaming those. And if I can make guides or anything, I will be doing that as well. Another game that I am going to do probably very soon, possibly even like in the next few days or tomorrow, is finishing up this Minecraft 100%. So there was a new DLC that came out, expansion pack 18 for Minecraft. So I'll probably just get that done. That'll be super easy. And then from a streaming perspective, streaming and single player perspective, there are a few other games that I want to focus on as well. So those games are right here, this list. So this is a list that I used to go off years ago, games that I've platinumed but not 100%ed. I am planning on doing these very, very soon. And like I said, it'll be a split between streaming and not streaming, because if you know, I did make full trophy and collectible guides for games like God of War Ragnarok and Wolong on Trophy Owners Gaming. So if there are any trophy guides or collectible guides that need to be done for those games, I will be recording them and putting them on Trophy Hunters Gaming. But there are other games that I have done not on Trophy Hunters Gaming that I will probably just do on stream because it's not worth recording. That being games like Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8 Village, Horizon Forbidden West, Among Us, and then Astro's Playroom at some point. I'm waiting for Astro's Playroom for them to put everything out before going for that. But yeah, I would like to get all of these games back to 100%. That is my goal. And like I said, it'll be a split between stream and not stream. So, you know, we'll just see what it is. But other than that, the only other games that I plan on playing upcoming, like looking a little bit farther out, I am going to be playing Star Wars Outlaws when it comes out. It's another game that's getting a lot of heat right now for some reason, because again, people just are too like critical about video games. I'm fine with being critical about things, but like, come on, guys. Like, at the end of the day, it's a game, and if you don't want to play it, then just don't buy it. It's as simple as that. You don't need to be there, sit there, and you know, be like, this is dog shit. Do not play that. I would never tell someone to like not play a game unless it was absolutely just so bad that it was like unplayable. If it was like personal reasons of like, I don't like the way that explosion was, or I don't like that animation, like I would never tell someone to not play it. So yeah, I'm going to be playing that. And then the other game that obviously I'll be getting day one and playing is Assassin's Creed Shadows as well. I don't really have any plans for anything else upcoming, but I'll keep my eye out for stuff. But like I said, I do plan on playing some games as a service and stuff moving forward. And yeah, that's about it. Another game that might randomly come out of nowhere, you might see it. It really depends if they fix it, and I'm very annoyed about it, is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag on the PS3. This game is still broken. It's really annoying me. I've been in contact with Ubisoft. Everyone's been in contact with Ubisoft. Nothing's working. If you guys want to make any sort of impact to try to get this to work, don't go through their, you know, forums or Twitter or anything like that. Go to the Better Business Bureau and report them, and say that they're negligent and selling a product that like basically isn't working. Because that's essentially what they're doing. They're selling a product with a feature that doesn't work, and they never told anybody that they were going to shut it down. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool of them. But yeah, that's everything I've been playing. That's everything I plan on playing. Like I said, if you guys are going to keep an eye out for any trophy guides or anything, be sure to check out Trophy Hunters Gaming, link down in the description below. That'll be trophy guides, collectible guides, everything like that. I do plan on hopefully putting out some more videos over here on this channel with the main Snickel channel with some trophy talks and platinum trophy videos, how to platinums, multiplayer guides, things like that. I have a few other videos in mind that I would like to try to put out, but that's that. Keep an eye out for that. Like I said, link for Twitch is down in the description below as well, where I'll be trying to stream a few times a week, along with a link to my Twitch like archives YouTube channel, which is where I upload all my Twitch streams after they're done. So you guys can watch whatever you want, whenever you want, regardless if you were there live or not. Also, down in the comments below, again, let me know what you guys have been playing, what platinums you've been getting, and what you've been looking forward to, anything like that. I love reading through all that stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys do have a great day. I enjoy you guys sticking around, and if you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, and if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing for more trophy content like this, and I hope to see you all around sometime soon.